Apparently, Disney ain't know how serious this shit could get. As of today, Disney lost about $4 billion for playing around with the play around. Mind you, you got people that work for Disney, stars, etc., saying boycott Disney, Hulu, everything else.
Oh, my husband just sent a message to the group text. Everything ABC related is a wrap. ABC, no more Hulu, no more Disney Plus. I know that's gonna hurt the girls. Real sacrifice is ESPN for him. Bless his heart. I knew that was hard to do. I know it was hard to do. He's an athlete. Our daughters are athletes. Our oldest plays for college. He's from New England. He loves the Red Sox, the Celtics. He don't really fuck with like the Patriots anymore. But his dad was from Pittsburgh, so he loves the Steelers. Oh, he ran track and field, so he watches track all the time. Oh, I feel so sorry for that man, but at the same time, so hard.
Shit so serious on that Hulu app. When you try to cancel it, because you know that shit is $9.99 a month, they telling you, hold on, wait a minute. Don't cancel. We'll give it to you for $2.99 a month for the next X, Y, and Z, and then it'll go back to $9.99 a month. Nah, we don't want that.
So, is everybody going to cancel the Disney, their ESPN, and their Hulu? That little cute little bundle deal. And I'll stand by Jimmy. Just wondering. I mean, I already know where I stand with things, but I see their numbers are being affected. But don't worry, there are other ways that you can enjoy TV, and it doesn't have to be under this whole, thing.
We all need to collectively boycott ABC and Disney expeditiously. Cancel your Hulu, cancel your annual Christmas trip to Disney. Them kids don't need to see a Mickey Mouse Christmas that bad. Go to Universal. The dangerous precedent that the firing of Jimmy Kimmel sets is something that we only see in places like North Korea and other countries that are autocratic nations. And let's be very clear, Jimmy Kimmel was not fired because he said something disparaging about Charlie Kirk. He was fired, one, for questioning and criticizing the president's response to this entire tragedy, and two, placing the blame on conservatives and MAGA in the same way that they are trying to do the shooter's transgender lover. And for ABC and Disney to capitulate so quickly just tells me that we are quickly sliding into an era of state-led media. This is not a drill, y'all. This is not normal. It's a direct attack on all Americans' First Amendment rights. And the only way to effectively combat this is by withholding our dollar. If you are a person who likes to speak freely in internet spaces, in public settings, without fear of persecution, you might want to join us in this fight because it benefits your own self-interest, and that goes for everybody across the aisle. Nowhere in that monologue did he condone what happened to Charlie Kirk or advocate for violence. The issue is that he criticized our president. That is terrifying.
Hey, I just canceled my Disney Plus and Hulu subscriptions, and they asked me why. I hit other, and I wrote, because I believe in the First Amendment, reinstate Jimmy Kimmel. Now, my whole family is really gonna miss Abbott Elementary. We are really gonna miss Only Murders in the Building. But you know what? We would miss the First Amendment a whole lot more. Don't go to the theme parks. Don't go on the cruises. Cancel your subscriptions. Now.
Has anyone else tried to cancel their Hulu and Disney Plus subscription? I have gone on our app. I've gone on the web browser through our phone. I have gone on my computer through that web browser. I cannot cancel it. I have tried multiple times, every different way, and it is not letting me cancel. Anyone else having that problem? So I've tried to cancel my subscription 3 times now. I have Hulu and Disney Plus. It just thinks about it. And it brings me back, and I still have my subscription.
So guys, it's true that Hulu, Disney and ABC are facing major backlash, and it seems like its own supporters or its own viewers or own consumers are trying to cancel these companies by cancelling their subscription from these companies. And we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna discuss about the implications. Is it true that people are cancelling? And what do we take from the opinions or the discussions that the previous speakers have said? Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm gonna be the host for today's show. As you've heard from the title, Disney, Hulu and ABC are begging Americans not to cancel their subscription to the services that these companies offer. While they may not have come publicly to beg people to not cancel their subscription, their actions and also the way it looks like, it insinuates that they do not want people to cancel this subscription. You can see like from the last speaker trying or attempting to cancel her subscription, and it seems like the site has kind of crashed. do I think the site has crashed really? 50-50. Maybe they just don't want you to cancel, and then they are making it hard for you to cancel so that you can give up, so that whoever is so persistent on wanting to cancel might go ahead, but those who give up easily might just leave it and just say, there you go. But why are people canceling their subscription with the Hulu, ABC, and Disney? This all stems from last week's controversial Jimmy Kimmel dismissal. Most people, even media personalities from the right or from the conservatives, have expressed their disinterest in that action of dismissing Jimmy Kimmel. While ABC or Disney would want somehow to distance themselves from talking about it, it's all about FCC. And if you guys don't understand FCC, it's this issue of license to show on TV, and according to FCC, they feel like Jimmy Kimmel might have broken some of its terms and policies, and hence the need to dismiss or to suspend his license from the TV indefinitely. And just because he doesn't have that operating license, ABC felt the need to dismiss Jimmy Kimmel as well. People do not take this news well, especially when Americans and also American personalities, media personalities, say that whatever Jimmy Kimmel said was not a direct target to Charlie Kirk, and just because it criticized people in power, like the mention of Donald Trump, they feel like this is a way the government is trying to suppress the freedom of speech or the right to speech. Even we've seen some of the actors in Disney movies also urging people to cancel their subscription. I don't know how I feel about that. You're literally working on this job which depends on people buying, and if people don't buy commodities, your business will be down, and then you as a worker will not be paid. So urging people not to do you want to work for free, or do you want to leave the company? Hey, we're going to talk about that later in the video, but I'm going to urge you to stick around. Let's listen to more opinions before we fact check, and we also make a final conclusion or make our final remarks on this issue.
So we have some breaking news. I wasn't going to make a video today because it's my birthday, but this seems like people need to know about it so you can call your state representative and complain. Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, if they're a Disney-owned company, they are no longer allowing you to cancel your subscription. Say if you have a subscription to Disney Plus or ESPN Plus, Hulu, whatever, whichever one you may have, you might have all three. They are no longer allowing you to cancel the subscription. The page will just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, and then it will revert you back to the home page without actually allowing you to cancel your subscription. Now, this is significant because since ABC decided to pull Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air, they have received hundreds of thousands of cancellations, estimated to be in the range of $3.9 million worth of subscriptions that they are losing. And also, Jimmy Kimmel is now in negotiations with ABC to have Jimmy Kimmel Live put back on the air.
You guys, so many people have been canceling their Hulu and Disney Plus subscription that the site is literally crashing. Hulu had to shut down the comments of their last post because everybody's commenting on how they're deleting their subscription. And I want to take this a step further because the Disney executives, they're panicking. I have had so many comments in my last video of people canceling their vacation and canceling their Disney Plus subscription. Actually, if you're in Burbank, California or New York City, guess what? The ABC headquarters are there. I think people should go and picket and boycott and protest there because this is ridiculous. I think you should unsubscribe from the Washington Post because why did they fire their last full-time Black opinion writer? If you don't know who she is, she literally changed how journalism is done on the opinion section in Washington Post. She's not no regular journalist. This lady has literally changed so much about the journalism world. And they fired her for literally saying word for word what happened last week. And the craziest part of all of this is that this president is down negative 17 points in popularity. So for Washington Post to fire that lady, for Disney and ABC to preemptively fire Jimmy Kimmel is insane. They could have stood 10 toes down into this administration and to the FCC and been like, try it and see what happens.
Well, I can't just cancel my Disney programming. I have kids. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But you and me both know your kids are watching YouTube and they're watching Jeffy. All right, let's start there. Secondly, in every small town worldwide, there's a dude named Javier, right? Who got the movies. Also, in every small town, there's a public library. Most of the time, $1 will get you a whole litany, a myriad, if you will, of DVDs, CDs, and all the good stuff. Okay, and there's books there. I found out that they also have books there, for the kids. Yeah. Thanks for coming to the TED Talk and all that. Get rid of your Disney Plus. Have a good.
This is fucking crazy. I cannot believe in my lifetime I'm actually seeing pissed off Disney adults. That's crazy. Disney adults are a whole different breed. Them, I don't know, they've been born in a whole different incubator or whatever the hell because they save their money religiously. They love their little Tinkerbell. They love all their little characters and do not mess with Cinderella. But now you want to fire Jimmy Kimmel? They are not around. They say you're gonna find out money wise. We will cancel our subscription with ABC and Hulu and Disney Plus, and you gonna hear it, you gonna see it, and you gonna feel it. So I'm like, oh my god, this is juicy. So what else are they gonna do? Because this is crazy. Don't piss off a Disney adult. I've learned my lesson. Y'all, the Disney adults done did it. The Disney adults done did it. Disney done lost $3.87 billion. This is crazy. We ain't getting no more new series, no more new movies for a hot minute.
I was out there bragging like, yep, cancel Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN, ABC. We're boycotting. Left it on a voicemail, thought I was leading the charge. Then I get a call back. Oh yeah, we canceled too. I'm like, see, the movement's growing. And then they hit me with, I actually work for Disney now, so can't boycott my paycheck. Instant awkward silence. Didn't know their new show was literally Disney. Me just standing there like, okay. Who else hit cancel?
Boycotting Disney and ABC will likely fail. I'll explain why. I'll show you a graph and I'll estimate the number of cancellations needed. If you didn't know, Disney owns ABC, which suspended the Jimmy Kimmel Show because of political remarks. And people are boycotting Disney, but will that work? I'm a data scientist that used to work in media around audience insights and growth. Before I show you a graph of how successful Disney and other media companies win back cancellations, you will see Disney start trying different tactics like launching discounts, doing extended trials, offering bundles, doing personalized marketing like emails and text, and doing hot content drops. All that is done with a team of designers, growth marketers, and data scientists like me. All right, this graph is not specific to people who boycott, but generally speaking, these win-back campaigns do quite well. So past streaming data, as you can see here, shows that about 23% of cancels are won back within 3 months, 32% are won back by 6 months, and 41% are won back by 12 months. And on the high end, that could mean half of those people who canceled are won back by 12 months. All right, so the question is, how many boycotters are needed to make a financial dent? First, let's start off with the total number of paid subscribers across Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. That's about 207 million paid subscribers. So Disney's streaming revenue as a result is huge. And overall, you need about 10 to 15 million paid cancellations to wipe out 1 quarter's worth of streaming profit. Okay, but do you need that 10 million, let's say, immediately in, let's say, 1 quarter? And the answer is no. So the question is, practically, what's a strong signal that would be predictive of major pain? And that number is 3 million people.
Great analysis. The last speaker there backing his opinions with data, which I actually love it. Just like the video started, I was telling you, I'm not sure how this is gonna end because we've seen before people trying to cancel a company and then after some times they're back again. And if it's not all of them, let's say like half of the people who canceled that are back again, and that does not impact the company. But this Hulu, Disney and ABC situation kind of reflects the Target, the Bud Light, Walmart, which we've been seeing throughout the year. People are trying to boycott. People are saying that when companies ignore its people or people who are consuming their products, then when consumers financially boycott these companies, it hit them hard into their pockets. But the question is, how long are consumers willing to boycott these companies before they are back, or before they miss their services, or before they miss their commodities? Are there other competitors in the market that would really match these companies, or are there less competitors in the market that would make the consumers be back into these companies? Today, it's not just about the story of canceling Disney, Hulu, or ABC. I think it's more about how media companies can stand strong to defend freedom of speech. The suspension of Jimmy Kimmel from air is actually not sitting right with so many people, including I myself. I really do think that this is just a petty thing that FCC has done. Well, if you look deep into that Jimmy Kimmel situation, yes, you might have talked about something that was sensitive at that time and it was not worth talking about it. Just like I usually say, it's not always wise to give out your opinions on everything that happened. But if you read in between the lines, I don't think he was taking a jab at Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace. To me, I really do think that he was aiming at Donald Trump. And if someone or if a media personality is going to be suspended because of taking a jab to the president or a political figure, which is not even harmful at that point, then it means that the freedom of speech is being suppressed. I don't see any sort of hate speech there. I don't see any sort of going against what terms and policies. People are saying that FCC is pulling him out of TV because of spreading misinformation. I think that line where he said that MAGA is trying to paint the Charlie Kirk assassinator to be Democrat, well, he is conservative, something like that, which I think it was also a reckless statement. But some people are saying that that person comes from a conservative family, and hence I don't know how I do think about that. All in all, I don't think that monologue it was controversial, but I don't think it was worth laying someone off or suspending them indefinitely from the TV. I think Jimmy Kimmel was in the downward spiral, and I think they would have just left him fall while he was just watching instead of the government or the media bigwigs trying to make him fall. If this was not naturally induced by FCC, or maybe if it was triggered by a political figure, then I think media personalities, both independent and also mainstream, are going to have a really tough time in the next 3 years. I think it's high time for these media companies to stand up and try to fight for their space. This issue of consumerism, I was just thinking this way. If these people actually boycott, how long is this boycott going to hurt this Disney, ABC and Hulu? Like the last speakers tried to dissect the matter, saying that at least several months it will warrant a loss. So right now they're saying it's about 3.7, 3.8, 3.9 billion dollars that has been lost because of cancelled subscription. That might be worrying numbers, especially to these companies, because it's not only dealing with news but also the streaming services. They're renting out movies, they're paying out actors who act in these movies, and this is one of the biggest streaming platforms in America. And also, let us not forget that there are things like Disney parks, which creates a lot of revenue throughout the year. So if people boycott attending or visiting these locations, then it means that Disney is going to be hit really hard where it matters. I think actions have consequences, and at the end of the day, I think they are going to reconsider. Are they going to bring back Jimmy Kimmel to TV? It's likely not to happen, because also they would I think they also would not want to face a little bit of backlash from the internet once again, or maybe the internet laughing at them. I think they're gonna suck on this one. They're just gonna absorb the losses. It's at this point where you see, when you are talking about risks, I think there are some risks that are self-retained, others that are transferred, others that can be controlled or minimized. At this point, I do think that this is one of those risks that I think is just going to be self-retained, because if you bring back this show, then it means that you are easily swayed by emotions of the people or trending wave. You want to go with the wave and not what you stand for. How about the actors and employees who work for these stations? Do they have to feel worried that their jobs might go because consumers are drawing back or are withdrawing? Well, it might be kind of alarming for the first few months, but in the end, I don't think they're going to be laid off because of that. I think these companies have emergency funds that they can pay off their employees or support them throughout until this issue dies down. Do I think it's right for people to cancel ABC, Hulu and whatever because of what they did? To me, I just think that maybe it's good to own companies or big corporations once in a while, to know that sometimes it's good to do a deep dive on a situation before you just rush to make a big decision like that. That's my opinion. It's at this point that I want to urge or invite you guys to give your own. Please don't be shy. Even if you do disagree with me, please do so respectfully in the comment section down there below. Your thoughts and opinions would be really insightful. Also, don't forget to go and check these speakers that are featured in this video today. Their TikToks username have been embedded in the stick videos always. Go on to their TikToks, like, follow their accounts. For this video specifically, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to go and visit other videos and watch from this channel. Consider subscribing, turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next upload. And with that, guys, let me meet you in the next one. Danny here, signing out. Peace.